Good morning. Today is the 2nd of February, 2024. I'm getting myself some coffee. I was going to talk to you about what's going on today, or last few days. The Children's Hospital got hacked, and it's not the only one. There's been a couple of them. And it's basically the ransomware, where they're demanding basically $1 million to get their computer systems back online and get all their data back. It's $900,000, I think, is the actual asking price. In the meantime, a lot of these families are having a hard time because they've been waiting, some of them for months, for transplant, and they can't get it while the systems are down. Now, if this had happened when my son was in liver failure, my son wouldn't be here right now. That was just a month ago. And let's talk about my son's liver failure. It happens to about 500 kids a year, and they don't know why. Part of my job for crying out loud, I got a phone call. Part of my job in the military was bioweapons mitigation, so dealing with mass casualties and biological warfare, kind of like the movie Outbreak, except that was dramatized. But I put on the bubble suits and I go in and drag out bodies and decontaminate them and try to get them to help. That was part of my job as a medic and a rescue firefighter for the military. And I've suspected for a couple decades now that a lot of these viruses and things that are popping up in our society are not natural, by accident. There's rumors of people being tested in Africa, but I suspect that different countries have been doing it to each other for a long time, and a lot of what we're seeing is an escalation of things like that happening. Not just here in the United States, but all over the world. And I think our country's been a big part of that. And I don't think the American people were asked if we wanted to do that or be a part of that. So, a lot of corruption going on right now. Anyway, this hospital that we're at is shut down for the most part. They're doing everything old school by paper now, which frankly I think we should all go back to anyway. I don't think the big tech is helping us at all. I think it's making us all weaker and making life more complicated, and that we have less control over ourselves and other people have more control over us in unhealthy ways. Yes, technology has been good, but it's got the dark side too. And throughout history, over and over and over again, the dark side always gets exploited at some point, and that's what's happening right now. So, I don't mean to be a naysayer or fear porn or any of that stuff. I'm not really stressed about it. Nothing that we're dealing with right now is abnormal to history. It's just the technology is different. And I don't buy into this that we came from monkeys nonsense. Ancient man had technology that we can't reproduce now. They were no more stupid or less stupid than we are now. This is just a repetitive thing that happens throughout history. And underneath all these social wars and cultural wars and national wars, it's a spiritual war. It's a spiritual war between good and evil. So, none of that's changed. But it's food for thought. How how far down are we going to sink into slavery and deprivation and being dependent upon technology that makes us weak? And I think we should take a few steps back to the old school and try to maintain some self-sufficiency and capabilities of providing your own needs, at least to the level that they used to, 150 years ago. Because it may come to that very shortly if the things continue to escalate and devolve into another world war, which I hope it doesn't, but it looks like it will. So, pray for me, sinner. God bless. Over now.